Since I've been making these videos, as you know, since October or beginning of November, I can't remember when it first started, I definitely got a few comments telling me that I was a very negative person, and they could understand why my wife left me if I was always that negative. Now, bear in mind, I'd been dumped in October, right? And divorce was filed for. What sort of mood did you really expect me to be in? Yeah, everything that I'd known and loved and cared for, and my future had all been taken away from me. My future with her had been taken away from me. So how did you expect me to be? You know, I can't get my head around that. I wasn't going to come on here and start filming myself saying, yeah, I'm divorced, I'm single, I'm happy, I've got the rest of my life and I'm going to be on my own with no ties. You know, that's just not the case, is it? I mean, I love my wife and I still do. You know, I'm not happy to be fucking single. So when I decided to start making these videos, I was going to be honest and show you how I was feeling. And right at the beginning there, you could see how bad it was. You know, and I still have low points to this very day. You know, I still have them dark thoughts and the bully in my mind, you know. So, I have been rather negative, and that's just the way it is. And that's just the way I am. And I'm sure, I know for a fact that there's other guys out there that have been communicating with me that are feeling as I do. Some of them are even worse. You know, some of them are locked in their own house and can't even venture out. You know, and it's perfectly normal to feel fucking negative. I'm not always a negative person. When life is good, you know, when I was in my marriage and happy and we was out doing what we were doing, I was happy. You know, I was living my best life. You know, it could have been better, obviously, but I was happy. So I'm not always negative, you know, and the comment that was left has just been running around my mind. I don't know why, you know. And yeah, at the minute, I mean, it's still early. It's still 5 or 6 months in, and I still feel negative. You know, last night I was sat there, and I just become upset, and I wasn't even thinking about her or the divorce or the relationship or any of it. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was reading a book actually about old churches. And all of a sudden, I remember just sitting up, putting the book down, and I could feel the tears coming down my face. But I wasn't feeling like I needed to cry. They were just there. It was just, I don't know, a feeling that I can't explain. The more I think about it now as I'm talking to you, I think I just felt lost, you know, and couldn't. This book on churches that I was reading was about, it's a list of a guy's 100 favourite churches in the UK, right? Or just purely architectural reasons why he goes and explores, nothing to do with religion, and that's why I do what I do. And for a long time now, I've been enjoying going out there and exploring churches, and I found peace in them. You know, they were quiet, they were great buildings. I could just sit in there and think, you know, and yeah, it just gave me a great enjoyment. But yeah, I was reading this one, I think this one church up in Derbyshire, I think it was, that I wanted to go see. And I started to feel sort of excited about going to see it, I'm going to look forward to that, that's going to be really good. And then for no reason, what I can put my finger on, I began to feel upset about the fact that I was feeling excited. How the fuck does that work? I don't have an explanation for that. Something that I would really want to go and see and do, and then it just changed in a heartbeat. I don't know. I cannot explain what happened there. I just don't know. You know, was there something subconsciously going on in my mind that made me feel that way? Or not even feeling that way. I just remember sitting up and and having tears come down my face. And I honestly, I can't get my head around it, you know? So I am trying to be positive, and I have got future plans. You know, I've got my holiday sorted up. I've got a little black book in here. In here is just like a bunch of locations that I want to go and see, you know, from ruins and churches and just walks and things. You know, I've been creating that list for some time now, and I'm slowly ticking through them. So I have plans, I have things that I want to do with my future. I'm doing the walking, I'm doing the weight loss thing. I've started, well, just trying to take care of myself a little bit more, you know? So I have got future things. I'm trying to become positive, but I don't think you can force it. I think it will happen naturally over a period of time, and I hope it don't take much longer, you know. But you got to understand, I'm still in a very big phase of shock to the system. You know, I was content the way life was going. You know, there was a forward plan which I was getting used to, and you know, looking forward to, and all of that. But then it got taken away from me, and it's put my entire body into shock. You know, my nervous system is just gone to bits. And just in here, I've got a fuckload worth of pills, blood pressure pills, anxiety pills, oh, you name it, it's all in there. You know, I take these pills, and well, I'm backing off them, to be honest with you, because there was a lot of side effects. So, but what I'm trying to say is my body is now existing in a state of what you must have heard in the past of fight or flight. That's how it feels all the time. From the very second I wake up, right? From the very second I open my eyes, I can feel my body. You know, I can feel what's going on the inside, and I worry about what the next symptom's going to be. Okay, and I've said before, I suffer with anxiety and panic attacks now, you know, but when they calm down, my body is still always switched on, ready, like I'm on the verge of something that's about to happen, you know. I have a fear of being dizzy. I think all the time that I'm just about to be dizzy, and I'm not, you know, I never am. But I've got this fear all the time inside my head that I'm about to become fucking dizzy. Everyone gets dizzy from time to time. You know, I haven't been dizzy for some time now, touch wood, but that fear is always there, you know, and this is all new stuff to me, you know, and I can be in a supermarket, right, and I'm still pushing myself to do that. I'm going in a supermarket every morning at the minute, and I can be looking at something, you know, just bending down, having a look at whatever it is, a box of chicken, say, and then all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere, there'll be a heart palpitation or this intense dread feeling which will flow through my body, and I'll pick up this chicken, and then I will be thinking to myself, I'm going to pay for this and I've got to get out of here. If I've got to get other stuff, it don't happen. I just leave it behind. And I rush to the checkout, get the fucking chicken and get in the car, you know, and then I sit in the car and I start to take some deep breaths, but I'm absolutely overwhelmed with fucking fear, you know, and it catches you out all of the time like that. And that's why I've become scared on doing certain things. Like I've just said about going on holiday there and exploring the ruins. The reason I've slowed down with it is because I'm fearful what will happen if I end up having one of these attacks, you know, when it is more intense, or there's something really is wrong with me. So I think to myself, right, where's the nearest fucking hospital? Have I got a doctor's phone number? Am I going to have a mobile phone signal so I can get help? You know, and they're feelings that have never, ever been with me before. You know, I longed for the idea of going on holiday with my wife, so we didn't have fucking mobile phone signal, so we could just be left alone. You know, I craved that existence. You know, I did, just to escape and have no mobile phone, because I think with a mobile phone you're always available for somebody else. If there's a problem, they can always get hold of you, and that isn't freedom for me. I like the idea of being disconnected. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I've got this triggered feeling constantly running through my body. I try and deal with it. I'm getting more than enough sleep right now. The CPAP machine that I take for the apnea is working pretty well. You know, that's definitely helped out with me. So I'm getting a good bit of sleep. I drink enough. I'm hydrated enough. I don't know what more I can do. I don't have any caffeinated drink. The tea that I drink is always decaf. Every coffee that I have, which is very rarely now, is a decaf coffee as well. So caffeine is gone. You know, I've cut down on sugar. I walk every day, you know, and I'm picking up pace as well. So I'm starting to get a little bit faster. But I'm still in this jittery state, and I can feel it right now. I nearly said I may look normal, but I know I don't. But I may come across like I'm okay on camera, but inside, it just feels like I can feel every vein and every nerve ending. It feels like it's buzzing, and it feels like I'm right on edge. You know, that feeling you get. I don't know, let's say if you're scared of wasps or bees or something that stings you, or snakes or whatever, and you get that, you know, that feeling like you're just about to take yourself out of that situation. That's how I feel pretty much continuously. It doesn't end. It's always there. And I think that's probably why I'm coming across as such a negative person. You know, it's such a, see, I'm struggling getting my words out now. Everything has changed in my life, and it has had a mental effect and a physical effect on me. You know, and I'm sure there's men and women out there that have gone through the same thing, and they feel as I do. You know, I sympathise with you all. But anyway, that's it. That's just what I wanted to rabbit about this morning. Like I say, this was just purely a feeling that I needed to talk about and get off my chest. You know, I will try to be a bit more positive, but I can't force happiness. You know, hopefully it will come in time and I'll start to feel a little bit more normal again. But right now I'm not there, you know. But I have to have this element of hope inside me that one day I'll be okay again and come out the other side and be happier than I was before. I truly hope that day comes, you know, and I'm going to keep working at it, and I'm going to keep fighting at it. You know, I'll listen to your advice, read your comments, read the emails, get help from the so-called professionals that are out there. I will watch everything on YouTube to do with healing and positive affirmations, and you name it, I shall do it, and I will keep fighting, you know. But please just bear with me. I know I come across as negative, but at the moment I am. Anyway, that's enough. I shall speak to you tomorrow.